spot on our trip that I probably had the most trepidation about visiting. I'm in Jasper, Texas on Huff Creek Road, and it was in this spot that James Byrd Jr., a 49-year-old black man, was dragged to his death. Byrd was walking home from a family party, and he was stopped by three white men, John King, Lawrence Brewer, and Sean Berry, who asked him if he needed a ride home. They took him to a rural area and beat him and tied him with a chain that had been used to pull a stump out of the ground, tied him to the back of their pickup truck and dragged him down a dirt road just around the corner. His body was falling apart as it was being dragged over this dirt road. Mr. Byrd tried to keep his head above the ground so he would keep consciousness. They took a turn onto this road, Huff Creek Road, and Byrd's body slung into a culvert. His head hit a drainage ditch, and he was decapitated. Then his headless body was brought to this spot in front of this cemetery at a black church and left as the three men drove off. Law enforcement discovered the body and found parts of the remainder of his body over a 3-mile stretch here on Huff Creek Road and on the adjoining dirt road. It wasn't long before, with the help of the FBI, the three individuals were arrested and tried in Jasper and convicted under Texas's hate crime law. In fact, King was given the death penalty, and he's sitting now on death row. The other two were given life sentences. This case obviously was incredibly heinous and got international attention. It happened around the same time as the Matthew Shepard murder. We were finally talking about hate crimes as a national problem. One of the things to point out with this case, though, besides the ugliness of it, is the fact that Brewer and King were not known to be racist or white supremacists earlier in their life. It wasn't until they went to prison and inside the Texas correctional system became involved in various white supremacist gangs, including the Aryan Brotherhood and the Aryan Circle. King became involved in a white supremacist religion known as Odinism. While in prison, became heavily tattooed with racist tattoos, including a tattoo of a black man being lynched. And before that experience in prison, they may have seen James Byrd Jr. as just another neighbor in Jasper. But once they came out of prison, hardcore white supremacists, this man was just something for them to play with late night on a back road in Jasper, Texas. It's an incredibly graphic case. It's gotten much attention over these 11 years. There's a wonderful book about it called Hate Crime, The Story of a Dragging in Jasper, Texas by Joyce King, who is a black journalist in Texas. It's a really good look at the background of these three gentlemen and the victim as well. And it's a case that I've been talking about for 11 years. And to be here on Huff Creek Road is really creepy, but I'm glad I got to see it in person.